Hey everyone, it's Penberthy here and welcome to this video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Facebook ad that generated well over $400,000 in revenue and why it worked. And I'm going to be breaking down the whole thing, going to show you the numbers, show you the case study. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So let's get into it. So firstly, here's the most important numbers for the overall campaign, okay? Here's the ad and here are the numbers, and I'm going to break that down in just a minute. But first, what's the context? So I have a marketing education company, ton of different products, and so at the time of running this ad, and we don't run this ad anymore, not because it didn't work, just because we have focused on other products and other things that we're doing, and we've got tons of ads like this one that crush it. But this was promoting a YouTube course that taught our students how to get free traffic from YouTube, okay? So what we were doing here is we are going out to completely cold traffic. So we're going out with this ad to people who have never heard of me before, never heard of my company, never heard of any of my products and services before, so completely cold. And the goal is to get them straight to a webinar, right? So for them to register for a webinar from having 5 minutes earlier, having no idea who I am, okay? I think a lot of people still in today's industry, a lot of my peers are teaching that you can't go from cold traffic and have someone register for a webinar and make it profitable. You have to go through some kind of indoctrination material. You've got to go through a tripwire offer first, or another lead magnet, or a free plus ship offer, and all this kind of mumbo jumbo. It's actually completely false. I've been doing it for years. We still do it today, right? So that was the goal of this campaign. Let's take them from the ad and get them to register for the webinar. So here's the numbers that we're looking at. We've got about 1.9 million views on this ad in total. This was obviously a video campaign. We generated about just shy of 35,000 leads. So where I say leads, that is a webinar registration, okay? So 35,000 leads almost. Inside of our Facebook dashboard, it showed slightly less than that. I think it was 30 or 31,000, something like that. You're just gonna have to trust me that I'm not inflating our numbers. I believe we had some tech issues at some point and not all of them were being tracked and all that mumbo jumbo. I don't even understand all that stuff. But the actual number was 34,777. That was what came into our autoresponder to be able to follow up with. And the revenue from that was about 405,923 as far as my head of marketing informs me. He went through and looked at all the revenue that came as a result of this ad, and that's the number that he's given me, and I trust him, so you should trust him too. So here's what we're looking at. Let's actually go into the numbers. Let's go into the dashboard here. And this is the stuff that you don't usually see. Someone doesn't really talk you through these numbers, but I'm going to, okay? So what we've got up here, this is this column here where it says YouTube training coconut. Right, this is actually that ad. This is the one. The reason it's called coconut, you can actually, I've kind of pulled up a demo here inside. You can see it. The reason we call it coconuts is for this reason. I'll show you the introduction, and then we'll jump back to the case study. So let's watch the introduction of this ad.
Meanwhile, in Canggu, Bali.
Yo, dude, stop playing Candy Crush for a second. I've just been reading an article about the YouTube stuff I do, right? You know, I've been getting videos ranked on the first page of YouTube, Google, getting a bunch of traffic to my websites, all that fun stuff. Just reading this article about why it's so much easier to get videos on that first page. According to Cisco, this article says it's 53 times easier to get a YouTube video on the first page of Google than it is a website. It's pretty sweet. Well, I'm wondering whether this is why people have such a hard time ranking their websites, ranking their blog posts, because it's 53 times harder to rank that stuff. With YouTube videos, it's pretty darn easy.
So anyway, that's probably enough. You can see I'm looking a little bit younger there. I haven't got all this peach fuzz on the face going on. But that was the introduction, talking them through, why YouTube's so powerful. Then we go back and we teach them a bunch of cool stuff. So the reason we called it coconuts is because we're sat there with coconuts. So that's just our weird naming strategy. But these are the numbers for that ad. You can see here what Facebook has tracked is 30,116 registrations. So, I mean, not too shabby, right? For one single ad, like, are you understanding this? One ad, we've got 30,000 webinar registrations. Most people will, not be able to achieve that in a lifetime with tons of different ads. I'm going to talk in a minute about why this did so well. So we're going to get into that stuff. But you can see, to kick things off, it did well, okay? One video, one ad, 30,000 registrations. We reached, what do we look at? Impressions, almost 9 million impressions. We spent £61,000, British pounds, on this campaign, which is just shy of 100 grand US. It's actually more like maybe 85, something like that, 85, 90,000 US dollars. And then we're talking about 400,000 in return, somewhere thereabouts, right? So we're looking at a pretty nice 4x ROI And this has just been one ad that's just sat there just ticking over. But here's the magic, look at this, £2.04 on average per registration. So we've got 30,000 webinar registrations, £2 per lead, which is really, really phenomenal, okay? Now, this was a little while ago now, so probably the equivalent of that would look at maybe like £3 or £4 now, because Facebook ads are starting to get a little bit more expensive. But let me talk you through why I personally believe this ad performed so well. And we're gonna jump over here and we'll just start talking about this for a little bit, okay? I don't believe it was really to do with the headline here, okay? Although the headline says what it is, it does what it, like how to build a business with YouTube, okay? Great, sounds good, right? The copy up here, fantastic, right? A little bit of copy, nothing crazy, and a link to the web class. So I don't think that it was really any of that stuff. It all plays a part, okay? So when you're building your Facebook ads, you know, I'm not saying this stuff isn't important. It's really important. A nice headline, nice copy, that stuff is important. But the main piece of this Facebook ad is the video. If your Facebook ad does not have a video and just has an image, then the main piece is the image that grabs their attention and then the copy that they're reading in the description. But here, it's a video and that's the main focal point. So the length of this video was actually, let me just refresh my memory, it was 5 minutes, 5 minutes 20. So a lot of people don't seem to think that, or seem to think that Facebook ads don't work if they're too long, the videos are too long. People are moving so quick on the Facebook platform. Well, actually, they're not, okay? And this is why this ad did so well, because we went against the grain. Everyone's freaking out saying, you know, just do quick 30-second videos or a minute video, and you know, because people are just gonna skip and you know, move past it. Well, no, we went against the grain and that's why it's worked so well. And I wanna talk you through my thinking there, okay? When do people go to Facebook? They go to Facebook when they have time to kill, right? They're not going there when they're busy. They're not going, flip, I've got so much to do, but let's just quickly check Facebook. Although you do have those people who are procrastinating. I sometimes fall into that category. But if you had something absolutely urgent that you were doing that couldn't be interrupted, you're not on Facebook. You're on Facebook when you're procrastinating or you're wanting to kill time. So what is someone looking for? They're scrolling their newsfeed on their laptop or even on their phone. And what are they doing? They're scrolling for an interesting piece of content to look at, right? So if you can provide that with an advertisement, they will spend time with you, right? I want you to think back right now to times where you've been on Facebook and you've been scrolling and you think, actually, yeah, I got stopped at that thing for 10 or 15 minutes because it was a really good read or it was a really good video. And then I went and checked out the website and I got lost in some articles. And like, you will spend time on it, okay? So you've got to understand that. One of the reasons why this did so well is because we had a 5-minute video, okay? So now let's talk about the content within the video, okay? When you're trying to get someone to your website and you're trying to get them to your sales funnel, or in this instance, it's to get them to register for a webinar, people seem to think that the job of the ad is just to get the click, right? You just got to get that click, get them to click on the link, and then your sales funnel will do all the work. And it's completely inaccurate. The job of your ad, the last thing, is to get the click. The first job of the ad is to build a bit of relationship, provide some value, put your best foot forward so that that person who's watching a video leaves Facebook and clicks on that link, not with the thought process of, okay, let's quickly check out what this person is all about, right? Because that's where your sales funnel has to do all the work. What we're creating and cultivating with our advertisements is a feeling of, wow, that piece of content or that video on Facebook was really cool, that was really educational, I would like to move forward to the next step. He mentioned a web class, I would like to go and register for that. So what they're doing is they're clicking with intent to move forward. So what I did in this 5-minute video is I built some relationship with them. You can see the introduction there with me and my partner Jabril. We were just talking backwards and forwards, talking about YouTube, and they're listening to that and getting educated on the topic. Then I go into a 3 or 4 minute training segment where I actually start teaching them why YouTube's so powerful, how they can capitalize on it, you know, what they could be doing on YouTube, and starting to open their eyes up and have light bulb moments going off. And then I invite them to come check out the webinar if they would like to learn more about this stuff. So now the thought process of the visitor has completely changed from clicking to just see what you're about to now clicking because they went, that was really cool, I want to move forward. And that's why this ad did so well. That's why we were able to keep this ad running for so long. Got 30,000 webinar registrations from one ad. That's a really good lifespan of an ad. Okay, and it's because it just ticked all the boxes to provide value, build relationship, and get them across to the website. And that in turn meant that our leads were cheaper too, because the people that actually clicked were more likely to opt in. We got a higher opt-in rate and therefore lower registration cost. Okay, so anyway, hopefully that case study was helpful. We don't usually go into the back office and look at numbers, but I thought today that might be interesting for you, and I hope you got some value from that. And if you did get value from this and you'd like to learn more about this kind of stuff, I've left a link in the description box to a web class that I have running right now for a Facebook training. I'm going to show you how you can do Facebook ads and Instagram ads just like this and get exceptional results. If you've been pulling your hair out and not getting results on Facebook, maybe it feels too expensive, too complicated, I'm going to share with you on that web class not only why it's so powerful even right now, but how we're getting incredible results. We've got more case studies like this and a bunch of good stuff, and it's completely free. So click the link in the description box. Register for that web class, and I hope you find it really helpful. And also hit the like button, leave me a comment right here. I'd love to hear from you, and subscribe to this video and hit the bell notification to be notified for our future videos. And with that, appreciate you very much, and we'll see you in a future video.